अगर अगर आप देख पा रहे हो तो ओके, यू ऑलरेडी
Hello,
लाइव।
everybody. Good evening. So, here I am with my everyday show. And as I promised, it's my Sunday podcast, and we will give you some value nuggets. Okay? So, before I launch into and invite our guest here, I'll just give you a quick recap of what we've been doing here. So, everybody here, I am Vinita Vora, a coach, consultant, designer, digital marketer on a mission to help those who want to work, study, or immigrate abroad. I want to help them to dream and implement their dreams. It's wonderful. Go on dreaming. You can do anything you desire to do in life. It is plausible, it is possible, it is doable. So here I am on my Sunday mission, and I bring somebody or the other, a coach, a guide, a counselor, a person who's added value to the humanity. So today I have with me Anita Slatia. So she's a parenting coach, and here we are going to talk about an important issue that is railing or that is really plaguing the parents today, and that is technology and the screen time for their children. So before I venture further, I invite Anita Slatia ma'am. Hello, Anita ma'am. Most
Hello.
welcome to the
Hello.
stage and to my people out there. Today we are going to talk about the most contemporary times, the 2024 era, where the technology boom has really overwhelmed everybody, inundated everyone. The entire academic scenario has changed. Am I right? The entire
Yes.
academic scenario has changed. The schools have changed. The society has changed. Even the family setup has changed. So the society is evolving. And this is another evolution. So the new parents, maybe the children, very small children, or with the parents of teenagers or still adolescents, I'm sure they're all struggling and juggling with what to do and what not to do. So I hope we are able to give some value nuggets to them. Basically, our life is a lab, I believe. We all experiment, make our own discoveries, make our own explorations. But yes, when we hear others around, somewhere it helps. It gives you a solace. It's a good boost to you, and it's a good motivation. And today, this technology right in your home, right in your room, just at the click of a mouse, I think it has changed everything. It has revolutionized everything. Isn't it, Anita ma'am? So, as
Yes.
we discuss this technology and screen time, so I will first request you to introduce yourself and tell us a little about yourself before you take this topic up, technology and screen time. What do you think about
Yes. First of all, I would like to thank you from my bottom of the heart that you have given me this opportunity on your platform and right in front of your audience. And I'm blessed to be here on your
it?
platform. And Vinita ji,
Yeah.
this is my pleasure that you have considered me as speaker on your platform. Secondly, I just want to come up with dealing with parenting. One simple statement will make it clear that being a parent
Mhm.
can be tough,
Yeah.
but just remember
Mhm.
that in your child's eyes, nobody does it better than you
Mhm.
because the child is the best judge of yours.
Mhm.
So, what I think that whatever we are doing for our children, it's from our deepest of our hearts. We don't leave any stone unturned, because of our child, and we can go to any extent as this is parenting. And whatever we are talking about, like the parents these days have got to face various challenges. This is a changing times. The times are changing so fast that it's we are not, in a sense that we are not keeping up.
Mhm.
The internet, all the gadgets are really creating a challenge for not only for the parents but also for
One, I'll just
the
interrupt you, Anita ma'am. Anita ma'am, you've been in the schools for last 10 years, right? You've been
yes,
dealing with children, huh?
yes,
Teaching them, being with them, and parents come and talk to you. And more often,
yes,
the queries of the parents. I don't know. In my journey, in my personal journey, when I was at school, I honestly felt the parents need more help than the children. I felt most of them were in a dilemma, most of them were lost, and most of them didn't know how to cope because I've been a professional, a working person. I've been a mom. I had beautiful three plus four children, and it was very difficult juggling your job and your children. And you always have it at the top of your mind. You want to give the best. Am I not right? As parents, you want to give the best. You want to give best of
exactly,
education, best of, but then it
exactly,
is physically not possible. So, and now this, when this technology came, I see many young parents, I see in my relatives, in my kinship, how they use technology. They take the mobile phone and try to feed the baby, get the baby engrossed in the mobile. They will try to put on the TV and make the babies calm down. So it has become kind of a toy or a gadget to entertain the children with, and that is
yes.
how they start the young children. But
Mm.
don't you think you teach things in the cradle? Now you rear your child, he eats with the mobile, he eats with the TV, or he does
TV.
this with the TV. And as this child grows up, suddenly you realize no more mobile. And you, at times, you are short tempered, maybe you're not calm also because you are juggling on so many fronts. Isn't that a controversial message you are sending to your child who looks up to you for
Yes,
everything? When
yes,
and when not? So, don't you think, as a parent, it is our first duty to set the times, to set
correct.
some discipline within the zone of your family? This is your little world, isn't it? As a parent, you are the queen and the king here. And your
Very
children, of course, they are your kingdom, but still they are human beings, right? So when we
true.
work, we are at job, we are at whatever. Whenever there is a discipline, we have a time for
Yeah,
everything. You know it, I know it, our employees know it, everybody knows it, and we
yeah.
respect it. So, don't you think, I personally feel that should be the first thing? All parents who are juggling with it, I have seen some of them doing very successfully this. So,
Hmm.
first point I would recommend is set clear boundaries. What do you say?
Yes, very true, very true. Because what happens, parents are over busy these days, right? So they don't have time enough for themselves. And it's not their fault also.
No?
Most of the work is being done on the mobiles,
Mhm.
right? These days, we are paying the bills, we are doing our bank transactions,
Yeah.
right? We are messaging each other,
Mhm.
we are talking to our colleagues,
Mhm.
right? So it's a must these days. It's
Yeah,
very essential part.
that is for
But
sure.
as
Hmm.
yes,
Hmm.
as a parent,
Hmm.
we should be little conscious, nothing more, right?
Mhm.
It's not expected that okay, you got to do whatever is good for the child.
Mhm.
It's your need, but
Yeah.
a little bit of consciousness on the part of the parent is
Mhm.
needed,
Mhm. Actually,
especially when the parent is when the child is around you. You can just hold on,
Mhm.
just you can call just 10 to 15 minutes. The child wants
I
your
would, I would
presence.
just, yeah, what you are saying is, I would put it as become a role model to your child. So if
Yes,
you are forever on the mobile, that is what your child is saying. The
obviously.
father is busy with his mobile, mom is busy with her mobile,
Hmm.
and you
Hmm.
barely interact only when it is required.
Yes,
Somewhere, every child learns with his or her eyes.
yeah,
They learn
very
with
true,
their ears.
very true.
You may speak 100 words, it will not make an impact. Children will observe your behavior and follow you. So I believe, first set not just boundaries. Tell them dinner time is a family time. Nobody
Yeah.
will have mobile at the table, or when we
Yeah.
are sitting eating together, wherever we are, or
Correct.
even if you're different time zones, while eating, no mobile. That's what they do. I remember my daughter would take a book and she would definitely read while eating. That was her way to eat food. Now,
Yeah.
I have seen children doing it with their mobile. So if you are together, let us talk, because you are at most leisure. You are having your food. I think you can talk of 20 things. And
Correct.
if not, if you're not eating together, wherever the child is, we have to teach our children to have some me time, some solitary time, to be with their own thoughts and not be always into the milieu of the world, the
Correct.
mobile or the screen
Correct.
or whatever. So I think it is the onus of the parents. It is their moral duty.
Very
Parents expect everything will be done by the school. I remember parents coming to me and expecting that the school, once बच्चा भेज दिया, all their duties are absolved, सब कुछ school ही करेगा. It's not done. School does 50%. 50% is your role, because the child comes back from school, stays the night with you, he looks up to you. You are everything to the child, isn't it? So it can't
yes.
work like that. You have your own role to play. Earlier we had joint families. There were grandparents to take care of. There were other things to take, other people in the family to take care of. So parents would get a little time off. But now
Very
it's always on the parents, right? So even if you buy companions to look after your little babies or when they are growing up, but somewhere your role multiplies. And I believe you don't have to spend quantity time, you have to spend quality time with your child. So
right.
just as you plan your day, I would advise, I would sound it, plan your activities with your child, because you are juggling. I can imagine being a mom, being a caretaker of the house, the children, the family, the society, and so many things are going on. But believe me, it was fun. So you learn to multitask eventually.
Right.
But then there
Right.
is the stress building up somewhere, somehow. How can you
Yeah.
burn the candle at two ends?
Yes.
So there has to come a little stoppage. So my
Yeah.
personal take on this is set boundaries, become a role model. Okay, I have some case studies to share in my own kinship. I remember my niece. They did not buy TV after their marriage for almost 15 years, until after the marriage. They waited.
Great.
Believe me, I respected it. And it was awesome. We people can't do without TV. Now it's
Can't.
become a way
We
of life.
can't.
And I
We can't.
remember they took a it was a mutual decision between the two, husband and wife. No TV till the children get out of that sensitive zone. So I think if parents can go out of their way and do that, it is wonderful,
Yeah.
isn't
Very
it?
true.
Especially after the COVID, when everything, even the school came down on mobiles and the laptops, parents
Yeah.
had no choice. They had no choice. But then, yes, if parents come to accept it, that this is the change in the society, let us acknowledge it, let us accept it, and then they find a way forward, don't you think it would be a better thing? What is your take on that?
Yes.
Let the parent
With this.
accept the fact that they have come to stay now. Phones
Yeah.
are
Very.
there, technology
Yes.
is there, screen time is there, and believe me, if you teach them rightly, this internet and this screen time has become a resource, a treasure of learning. It's a treasure of knowledge. So if you rightly guide them, if you rightly maneuver them, this bane can become a boon. This is what I feel personally. There are
Correct.
so many apps there. There are so many games there where you can really become better. So, but there should be a limit to it, whether
Yes.
learning or no learning. There should be a screen time limitation. As it is,
Yes.
thank you that we have schools now. The child goes to the school, comes back by 3 to 4, depends. It's a day school
Yes.
or a regular school, right? So, physically or unphysically, he's going to the school, he's living a physical world, real world, not the virtual world. So, when they
Yeah.
come back, now another parallel stream is the tuitions. It's a cholera for a parent or a child to say, I'm going for tuition. I
What
remember our age where it was embarrassing to confess that somebody is going for a tuition, right? Now
yes,
things change, whatever, whatever.
correct,
So,
correct,
and it's great to observe all these changes, right? So it
yes,
doesn't matter. So the child will go for tuition. Now he deserves some screen time after that.
yeah,
But
everything.
outdoor activities a must. It's something to do. Otherwise, I tell you, I've seen children. They don't know how to talk, how to interact, how to socialize because they
Yeah,
have got so used to this.
yes, yes,
So isn't it that it has become a it's become a phenomenal problem now. So unless we combat it in the earlier years, this is going to become too big and gigantic
yeah,
to handle. Yeah.
true.
So what would be your tip of to the parents, like when we talk of technology and screen time?
Yes.
Let's say we'll bifurcate. We'll talk to the parents of little children. Let's say the elementary school. They have not come to middle school. What would be your advice to elementary? Then we'll talk of middle school and then we'll talk of senior. We'll bifurcate. Okay. So we
Now,
start with elementary. What would you tell
yes,
those young parents? Yeah.
yes. Young parents, the only problem with the young parents is that they are still moving in the same stage of life as if they were a student and they have got no responsibility. Why? Because they are living in nuclear families. If they are in a joint family, obviously the elderly will tell them or point them that you're doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody is there to check them.
Mm-hmm.
There nobody to stop them. That enough is enough. Now you have become parents.
Mm-hmm.
Now be bit responsible towards your children. But it is not like that. They just transfer the onus to the maids or the servants and keep doing their work, going on the ladder of the professional life, and they are happy and satisfied. Right. But the second part, I will just go on with one of the saying of Dr. Jean Nelson. What she has said that children will listen to you after they feel listened to.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very important that until and unless the child is not heard,
Mm-hmm.
especially the younger ones whom
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about, right? If we are not giving them patient hearing,
Mm-hmm.
what will they do?
Mm-hmm.
They've got to spend their times.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they'll pick up the phone because the parents are, uh, so much engrossed in the world, they don't even know that mobile is there in front of the child. They should just pick
Oh,
it
they're
up.
so
He
clever.
will get
You don't know, and they handle your phone and do things and not. I've seen senior people around me.
yes,
They are not
yeah,
so phone savvy, but the little
yes,
ones are. Their grandchildren, and they will do anything to the phone. And the poor grandmothers, oh, I don't know what my grandson did to my phone. So
yes,
they are so
yes,
tech savvy. You
yes,
have to get beyond them now. Yeah.
yes.
Hmm.
As a parent, what I see, it's not only the mobile.
Mhm.
What on the whole, the
The
personality of
screen
the
time.
child is distorted somewhere. Why? Because the child is not heard. Who's going to listen to the child?
Mm.
Are your neighbors going to listen to him? Or the teachers are going to listen to him?
Mm.
Because he wants himself to be heard. And especially the mothers and
Mhm.
father also to some extent. They want
I
to
think
share
that
their excitement with the parents.
Anita, I personally feel that dimensions of being mother and father, to me, they have changed. Now both
Yes,
are on the equal footing. There's no more
yes,
mothering. Even a father does mothering and a
yes.
mother does fathering. This is
It
how I
it
see.
is.
Hmm.
It is. But
Mhm.
on the whole, the both
Hmm.
should be in a team,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
If they are in the team and they see that okay, one is not able to cater to the needs of the child, the other should come,
Mhm.
right? But if the child is getting proper hearing, proper listening to his feelings, to his emotions on daily basis, I'm not talking about 1 or 2 days. It is on daily basis
Yeah.
how the child is feeling, This is very important. And when the emotions of the child is not controlled, then what will he do? He'll jump on the mobile and he'll satisfy his desire to be heard. What happens in the games, whatever there, the mobile games, they
Yeah,
give
I
a
would
kind of
recommend here.
hormonal,
Like,
upliftment.
yeah.
The child is happy,
Mm.
and this happiness he is expecting it from the parents.
Mm-hmm.
It is absent, so they are going to the mobiles.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
So,
the only
mm,
point
it's
where the
okay.
parents should not, go into targeting the mobiles, that the child is holding the mobiles, is playing on the mobiles. They should go into the introspection. Are they giving some time to the child? If the mother just says or the father just says, okay, let's go and play in the park, do you think the child is going to be with the mobile?
Mhm.
He'll be on top of his world. Okay, my parents are taking me to the park. We'll play with the ball and we'll play cricket. Right. So it's a different level for the child.
Mhm.
The child wants excitement in his life. And if it is with the parents, I think it's the best.
Mm.
But when
I
there
would
is an
say,
absence of the parents,
mm,
then the trouble
mhm.
starts. And
Okay,
mobile
our
enters their
time
life.
is running. We have to be a little quick with our talk.
Yeah,
It's already 20
obvious.
minutes, and I promised 30
Yes,
minutes,
sure,
maximum 30, right? Now we
sure,
have to
sure.
take, I'll just add my input, and then we'll talk about the middlings, the middle school, where they are on the threshold of being a teenager. Last ones, we will take the teenagers, okay? The biggest headache for the parents, yeah. So I would personally add that it's a good suggestion. Parents must insist on physical outdoor activities. If more often than not, they should join. If not, they should send them to supervised hobby classes, hobby clubs, maybe with somebody. But
Yes,
yes, physical activity is a must. And even with the mobile, I think the moms or the fathers can join them. Let's hear a story, let's see a video, then talk about it, then maybe introspect the way we analyze things. The parents can do
yes,
it with the child. So that
yes,
would be again a togetherness. So you are together in it. Doesn't matter. You are all helping him to see that these kinds of good sites are there. There are so
right.
many. There's a
So
galore
many.
of kids zone nowadays. And so much of learning is happening, and yes, it's good enjoyable learning also. So now next we come to the middle school children. Now they are not children anymore, they are not grown ups, they want to become grown ups. And this is the most emotional and volatile age, you must be knowing as a parenting coach, where their bodies are growing, their minds are growing, and there's a lot of confusion in their mind, a lot of stress in their mind, both girls and boys, I would say today. uh,
Yes,
one more than the other, or one less than the other. And then at this stage, they are more attracted by this. They have more awareness. Obviously, they have grown up. So, what can we tell the parents of these children, let us say from 10 to 13, or where they have not yet started their teenage, the middle
right.
school children? And then we'll come to the teenagers. A quick one,
Yes,
because they have grown up a little. What would you
yes.
tell them? Mhm.
Yes. In my tribe also, there are parents who are worried about these things. And one thing only, I give them a kind of drill. They need some drilling. Why? Because they are not in a habit of uh, coming in contact with the child. So, for the preteens, in our parenting world, we call those children as preteens. So, preteens means I give them suggestions that be involved in their life. Don't leave them as because they're not anymore, kids, and they're growing. So get involved into their activities. Take them to museums, take them to some parks so that they can observe what they see. And in this age, the parents should focus on the five senses of the child. Like whatever they are seeing, whatever they are observing, what how the parents are behaving towards each other. All these things are to be catered to, so that if the parent is not there with the mobile in front of the child, he's reading a book. Do you think the child will slowly and steadily he will also come into the books only? So this is an age of reading, writing.
Yeah.
Let them develop the habit of writing letters, writing paragraphs, reading good books. Right? You can start up with the comics.
Yeah.
So and you can afterwards you can discuss.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Wonderful.
think this is a best way to bring back your child out of the mobile world.
Mhm. Okay, and now we come to the tip of the iceberg. The most volatile of the group of children is the teenagers. Because
Yes,
teenage brings its own slot of challenges, right? Uh,
yes,
Physical challenges, emotional
correct.
challenges, and relationship challenges, academic challenges. Even the studies have become uh, very taxing today, and even school life is not easy. If
Yeah,
the child is an introvert and he doesn't want to participate in things and curricular activities, it's a big pressure on the child. But I
true,
feel schools are the best platforms, are the best nurseries for any child to develop his confidence, develop his
correct.
skills. That is if
Yes,
he's drawn out. So if in school life a child is not active, maybe the senior classes, the parents should wake up, take a call on it, uh, close the zone, meet the teachers, meet the parent, meet the child, and encourage the child. If he's not learning there, where will he? I personally feel, having been a teacher for so many years, if I would always exhort my children, go participate. पढ़ाई तो पढ़ ही लोगे एग्जाम से 2 दिन पहले भी बैठोगे ही एज इफ दे आर स्टडिंग ऑल द ईयर राउंड दे डोंट डू इट राइट तो ये तो तुम करोगे ही करोगे बट एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर जो नाम लगाता है सीबीएसई मुझे उससे थोड़ी आपत्ति है एक्स्ट्रा क्यों बोलते हो इट शुड बी पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ इट शुड बी पार्ट ऑफ
part,
एकेडमिक्स इट्स नॉट एक्स्ट्रा
absolutely.
एनीवे वहीं से तो बोलना सीखता है बच्चा वहीं से तो प्रेशर लेना सीखता है आपको स्टेज पे इनैक्ट करना है तो आपको कितना स्ट्रेस होता है इट्स नॉट इजी तो स्ट्रेस लेना भी तो आना चाहिए द चाइल्ड शुड नो हाउ टू टेक स्ट्रेस stress is an important thing in fact stress has been much maligned word I believe today much misused word and too often used stress should be there but the right amount of stress don't you think
Yes,
अगर हाँ
very,
उसकी वो बढ़ जाती है पराकाष्ठा आजकल तो एवरीबडी से स्ट्रेस स्ट्रेस ये तो तकिया कलाम हो गया है लिंगुआ फ्रैंका हो गया है आजकल का स्ट्रेस 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 ओ माय गॉड व्हाट इज दिस स्ट्रेस life is beautiful choose your cards with care just hang around things think reflect it's all there I don't understand maybe they need to solve their problems first before going to the children I honestly felt that being a teacher whenever the parents came for our ptms or discussions yes because I have been dwelling on it कोई parenting classes तो होती नहीं थी you are just married off it is taken for granted shadi ho gayi there you start your families you are not mentally ready also for that and then it happens and then you're
very
juggling with
true.
this
Very
with that so nowadays जब मैं देख रही हूँ internet पे there's a plethora of coaches now there's almost a flood of coaches offering anything from everything I feel it's the need of the society जो होता है वही तो बिकता है right so supply and demand is always mutually not exclusive so probably there is a need so what would you tell for the teenagers particularly uh, पेरेंट्स को क्योंकि टाइम की कमी है तो
Now
कैसे जगह
the yes, yes. What I always keep on telling my community that we are preparing for everything in this world, right? We have got to go for a interview. We are preparing 2 or 3 months before. We are getting married. We are getting lots of planning, this and that, with the halls and dresses and whatnot. But why aren't we planning for parenting?
Mhm.
That is the loophole in the society.
Mhm.
Nobody is there to guide us.
Mhm.
They are just going like blindfolded in the jungle.
Mhm.
They know, okay, child is born, we are become parents and yes, just go blindly. किसी ने कुछ बोला अपना लिया, किसी ने ये बोला, भाई बच्चा तुम्हारा कोई ट्यूब ट्यूब बेबी तो है नहीं. He is a human being with a soul, right? He is having a different identity. So better be prepared before you become parents. This is my, appeal to each of the educated individual. Right. Education is just for this. If we are not preparing ourselves, we are making our children's lives hell, because this world is full of competition, and it's better don't push your child in competition. Let him grow as a human being, a balanced human being. That is more than enough, right? And coming on to the teenagers, if we are, the first and the foremost thing which I keep on conveying, because I myself are is catering to teenagers, right? Whatever, whenever parents come to me, I tell them, have an open communication with your child. Open communication. It's not that you're just talking.
Very
It's
important.
going inside the mind of the child.
The child should be
If the
able to
child
share
is
everything.
overwhelmed, so better go into his mind, talk to him, have a cup of coffee with him outside, in the parks, wherever you want. Instead of he looking for partners, he looking for boyfriends or girlfriends, why can't you become his friend? So that he is open to everything without criticism, without any judgment.
Very
If
important.
if the parent is following these lines, they will never go wrong, neither will the teenager go wrong. This is very important because, and secondly, whenever your child goes wrong, let him go wrong. Because until and unless he will not experience, his adult world will again become a mess.
Yes.
If he falls, pick him up, give him confidence. If he goes wrong, instead of criticizing him, become his friend, give him a good shoulder, give your shoulder to him to cry, to weep, instead of criticizing him and making a chaotic life for him. Because whenever I've seen, whenever the parents are not listening to the child, the children are going into drugs. The children are going into online world. The children are going into horrible friendships,
Yeah.
right? These all are risky for the child, or especially the teenager, and he spoils his life. And when his eyes are opened after 2 or 3 years, he's already
It's too
ruined
late.
his life.
At
It's
times,
too
it's too
late.
late.
Too late. So it's my humble request to all the parents out there, to the audience, that please be a friend, but a stern friend, a disciplined friend, so that your child life becomes easy and his future life is safe and secure. This is the only dream of every parent,
Yeah.
that each child should be safe and secure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That is
Well
most
said. Mhm. Okay, that was well said. So
important.
I once again thank you, Anita ma'am, for thinking of joining me here, and we had
Thank
a
you.
wonderful chat. So I would once again wind up our show today by summing up everything what Anita said and what I personally feel also, that you become parents and the child have that childhood only once in a lifetime. Even you will
Yes,
not get that time again ever in your life. That one
very
year
true.
old child, that 2 year old child, 3 year old child. And believe me, it is a great blessing to be a parent, isn't it, Anita? It's a great
Yes,
blessing to be a parent.
great.
It's a great blessing to have children. They are the most wonderful miracles of God. I can never get over this miracle of getting children and how children grow up.
Becoming
So
parents.
this is a wonderful nature. I never cease getting surprised by it. Believe me. So if you are placed in
Very
that
true.
position, God has been kind, universe has been kind. Don't have ever
Yeah,
any negative thoughts about that, any belittling thoughts about that, demeaning thoughts. No, enjoy it, stay blessed, be grateful, thank the universe, and take your task with gusto. Never mind you
full.
don't know anything, go see, find out. There is an answer to everything. Today the
Everything.
world is screen time is there for you guys also, right? Go find out your ways, but don't let that beautiful time pass away. Build bridges, build bonds with your children, and they are
Beautiful.
built the best in their cradle when they are very
Yeah.
young. And they go deeper when you start building them. Yes, build a bond of sharing, intimacy, friendship. Let me say, become everything to the child, not just parent.
Yeah.
It means everything: your facilitator, your guide, your friend, your companion. You're the
Correct.
counselor. You're everything to that child. You're the
Yeah.
world to the child.
World.
Become that
Yes.
world to that child.
Parents are world
And
to them.
don't deny him. Therefore, job anyone can do, but your child, only you are the mother to that child, only you are the father to that child. Don't deny
Yes.
them that. It is
Yes.
their
And each
birthright
child is
to
unique.
demand your time. Yes,
Yeah.
it's a birthright. So give it to
Yeah.
them. You can do it quality time. Don't think of quantity time. It's a misuse. So think of quality time whenever you are together. Set boundaries, set limits, not to gadgets, but even to your meetings. And children will respect your time. You will respect the child's time. You know when he's available. Make yourself available. And even for some years, if even if I put this is my way, I'm sure many will not like it. Many will object to it. If your career goes on a little hold for some time, out of the two, one can do that. Now I'm
Yes.
equal about it. It's a female or a male, doesn't matter, because your
Doesn't matter.
child needs you. They are very tender years when they are getting molded, they are getting baked, they are getting ready for the world. They need you, and you are the best person to be around them. So think of that. Let your career take a second seat for some time, for some years. You will not regret it, because your
Yeah.
child is your investment. Let me
Right.
not talk in matter, let me talk even in metaphysical terms. Okay, your child is your investment. You invest your
Absolutely.
time, invest your emotions, invest your feelings in that, and when
Very
you
true.
see the end product, it will be your reward. Otherwise you are digging a pit for yourself, believe
Hmm.
me. And you will fall in that
Absolutely
pit
correct.
yourself, because you are his core, you are around him, you are his immediate vicinity. So do dwell, do think, do introspect, do reflect, and don't get scared. No, no, no. Dar ke aage jeete. Don't get scared. It is fun. It is challenging. Make it a game and zoom, live it. Okay. So thank you, Anita ma'am. That was wonderful. Today, when we have a little grown out on of the chart, it's easier to just turn your neck around and speak things. But when you were in that pipeline, it was not easy. I do understand and empathize. Yes, but still,
Yes.
life goes on. Okay, Anita ma'am, thank you once again. And
Thank
bye,
you so
everybody.
much.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And I'll see you again tomorrow with my same 5,000 word challenge. You've got to become linguists, okay? Polyglots. So bye for now. See you again. Thank you, Anita ma'am. I end the show.
Thank you so much. Blessed.